All right, everybody, we are back again. Welcome to the 546 Project. Presents 30 minutes or less, or more, depending on how things go. We got a lot to cover. This is kind of our extreme holiday edition because I don't know the next time we're all going to be together. Some of us will be together on Christmas, and I don't know, we got one guy here that, I don't know, he's spending Christmas with his family or something.
That's me.
I don't know how that tradition got started, but, I don't know. I kind of thought, all the group here, I kind of thought we were family, but that's a gripe for another time. But we got a lot to go, and some big news, possible rumor coming out of WWE.
Well, not a possible rumor. It is a rumor.
Well, it's a rumor.
There's no possibility of it being a rumor. It's a definite rumor.
What did I tell you about correcting me? Anyway, with big
news.
Well,
it's like a coincidence. There's no big coincidences. There's just coincidences.
Just coincidences.
Big non-wrestling news coming out of WWE this week. Nathan, you want to take the ball on this? I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. If Vince McMahon has, we think, from what we heard, may get the XFL back up and running. They have spawned a company that's like
separate from the WWE.
Separate from the WWE, just doing like sports, whatever that entails. Now, from what I've heard, they're going to make an announcement supposedly on January 25th, 2018, that they're getting the football league up and running.
And just real quick, for those of you that don't remember the XFL, I know a lot of you are thinking XFL what? And most people probably don't, because if you blinked, you missed it. What year did that all get started?
That was in
2001.
2001.
Yeah. It was a short-lived extreme football league that
but the thing is, they didn't call it the Extreme Football League. It was just XFL.
Right, but I think that's what it stood for.
People thought that's what it was, but...
they never really... It always just was referenced as XFL, but... we did see some future NFL players come out of the XFL. That's kind of probably the most memorable thing. But
the MVP of the league went on to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes, he did.
And Tommy Maddox. Yeah. So he went from selling insurance to later becoming the replacement for Cordell Stewart. So and he had a few good seasons there until Ben Roethlisberger's rookie year. So, But
I don't know, guys. My question is, why now? Do you really think if it does happen,
I think it has to do with what we discussed, what was it, last podcast or two ago, about NFL viewership. Yeah. The complaints that we had about the NFL is why I think you're seeing this. There's the opportunity there. There's fans that are so disgusted with the NFL and the way it is and not being fun.
It's been a bad year for football. We did mention that last week. It's been a bad year for the NFL in general. But Nathan, you and I kind of wondered earlier, who's going to show? Who's going to buy it?
I don't know where, because now with like streaming media, you think that may be one avenue they could go to, but how lucrative is that going to be?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to put. Obviously the replays and all go on the network. I would think that.
No, I don't think they're going to do anything with the WWE on this. That's why they're separating and doing their own brand.
Well, they do have the deal with.
They're afraid that if they slap the WWE name on it, that stocks are going to drop.
Very true.
That's the main thought behind them doing this, but.
That people won't take it seriously.
Correct. Or they're like, oh shit, they're going to lose $70 million like they did. Was it seven? Like they lost I think it was $70 million. Their one and only season.
They do have the deal with Hulu, but and obviously the reruns. I could see the reruns going streaming, but because I don't think they're going to put something.
I'd say it's probably going to be USA Network.
Do you think USA would show sports?
They
like
do.
That,
They've shown sports in the past. Yes. They do show at the NHL playoffs sometimes.
So
they do have their hand a little bit.
And, they also have, they're in with ESPN as well, right? Because they're owned by USA and ABC, right?
No. USA is NBC.
NBC.
Okay, USA is NBC.
Yeah,
because that's what they showed the XFL on before,
NBC
right?
Was
that was NBC.
Yeah, they had NBC, and they showed it on TNN and then UPN as well.
Well, WWE does have a relationship with ESPN. I highly doubt you'll see anything.
They did because not to the point I think that they would
Coach
show.
On
he's
there.
Gone.
He's actually gone. He left ESPN.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that.
But this is definitely. I'm actually kind of wondering if Coach may show up back on WWE TV at some point. I know they've got a good relationship there, but this is definitely something to revisit when it comes time for the announcement in January. I'm kind of interested. I saw it earlier in the week, and I just kind of laughed it off. I really didn't think they would go back to that, but I didn't put any thought into it until now.
Can you name the 8 teams that were in the XFL?
Las Vegas Outlaws.
That's the only one I remember. Oh, the Hitmen as well.
The New York, New Jersey Hitmen was the second one that were in the first game ever, those 2 teams. They also had the Orlando Rage, the Chicago Enforcers, the Los Angeles Extreme, who won the championship, who Tommy Maddox played for, the San Francisco Demons, the Memphis Maniacs, which ended with an X, and the Birmingham Thunderbolts. So those were the 8 teams that were in the league.
It all kind of started to come back to me, except that last one. I would have never. This guy really should be on Sports Jeopardy, folks.
So you have to figure if they're going to make a league that it's going to be 6 to 8 teams, and
do you think maybe
it
they'll
could
try to
be
revisit
about the same locations. I don't see how they're going to put a team in Los Angeles. They already got 2 NFL teams there.
Right.
What are they going to need another professional football team again?
Well, it's probably going to run
during the offseason.
But still,
of the NFL.
I mean, you look at
look
at how popular the NFL is in Los Angeles right now.
It took them so long to get there, and now they have 2 teams. And like Vegas, look at how popular Vegas is getting.
San Jose.
Vegas has the Golden Knights. They're getting the Raiders. And so it should be interesting.
It's hard. I mean, we're just all speculating. This could be nothing, but with all this happening, it's looking like it's going to happen.
Well, I know one of the things I was reading, an article about it, they were talking about things the XFL did get right and what they did not get right.
Right.
This article said they got right by the fact of putting the freaking players' nicknames on their jerseys. If you bring that back, put the real fucking names on the jerseys. I personally hated that. He hate me, go to hell.
That's the only one you remember.
Right.
That's the only name you remember from that.
That and Maddox. Those are like the only names that stand out. Go with the traditional names. People didn't take it seriously from the get-go. Then they said that they were talking about MLB and NBA was toying with the idea.
Well, the MLB did do it for a weekend.
Yeah, for a weekend. But it's stupid.
The one thing I did agree with was the pay scale. I thought that was interesting.
I like and it's odd that a league like that, where they didn't pay high salaries, would just tank like in that fashion.
I think a lot of it had to do with the nicknames because people automatically didn't take them seriously, and they did they change the way they did the opening drive? I remember the guy suffered a leg injury.
Well, what happened was like they didn't have not the coin toss, but they had the scramble for the ball,
scramble,
and the guy I believe separated his shoulder.
Yeah. Okay. Now, did that continue the whole?
I thought it did.
Season?
I think it did.
Because I think I only watched the first game, to be honest.
No, that's one
so
more game.
That's
one more game that I watched, and I'm going to guarantee you right now, we've spent more time on this than what a lot of people even remember about the XFL. I know for the longest time, I do remember reading for the longest time, it was not something you brought up to Vince McMahon.
See, the issue is
right up with
them,
the WBF.
At the time, they could have gone longer, but they lost the NBC deal. And UPN was going to show them, but they were going to they wanted him to cut SmackDown to an hour and a half, and he wouldn't do that, so he just folded.
There were a lot of changes, because that's around the time I believe Spike took over Monday Night Raw, is it not? When they moved over to Spike,
yes.
or TNN at the time, whatever you want to.
But I don't.
That always never felt right to me, turning on TNN for Raw.
If any time you're going to do it, now's the time. But they're not going to. This league's not going to get up and running this in 2018.
Yeah, it would have to be 2019.
We're looking at least
2019, could be even 2020.
Right.
Which made me wonder, that's something I thought about. When the original XFL launched, I wonder how long it had been in the works before we knew about it. Like, I mean, that just seemed like all of a sudden it was announced and then there it was. So obviously it was in the works for a lot longer than what any of us realized.
And the other thing is, you're going to have to get outside investors other than Vince McMahon, like team owners.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to fund as much this time around.
If he owns all the teams, it's not going to work. You're going to need guys that have capital and own each individual franchise. Otherwise, you're going to go down the same road again.
Right. Definitely a lot to speculate. I mean, like I said, as it gets closer, would you say the announcement's January 24th?
To 25th. I mean, that's what they're saying, but who knows at this point.
I mean, it definitely, I look forward to revisiting.
Is that when the Pro Bowl is? Is that I didn't know what the
I
January
don't even know the
25th is,
significance of the date. It's just what I read on Twitter.
All right, well, that's 10 minutes spent on the XFL.
Yeah,
I think
like
that's
I said,
enough.
it's
What
more
about
than
you
what
guys?
most people are going to remember. I want to change focus a little bit. As I said, this is our holiday edition. We just kind of want to get into some holiday talk here. We all have kind of talked about some things we wanted to kick around. And Jason, you had an interesting topic for the first your question.
So, how old was everyone the last time they had their picture
Hold on,
taken?
did we... I totally spaced out there with your stupid alarm going off on your phone. He announced the whole Christmas thing, right?
Yes.
Yes, I
Okay,
did.
just want to make sure. Your phone threw me off. Sorry, Jason, go ahead.
So I was to say, how old was everybody the last time they had their picture taken with Santa? I think I was like 16, give or take a year.
I was 13. Only because my brother was playing Santa at the mall, and I got a free picture with him.
I want to say it was pre-Little League. I honestly do not recall how old I was. I was definitely under the age of 9.
Yeah. If I remember at all, which I don't, it had to be in the single digits.
Yeah, it was definitely singles.
The only time that really sticks out to me and sitting on Santa's lap, I had actually getting a picture. I remember they had Santa come and see us in kindergarten, and we actually got
They
presents.
used to give us candy canes and shit.
Candy canes, hell, we got presents. I got my first Ninja Turtle figure that year. I remember that. And yeah, and then it was like, you remember that. I don't know if they expected us to forget how much easier life would be, but then after that, as it went on, Santa come in and all we got were candy canes.
I only remember candy canes.
Yeah, I remember when I was in kindergarten, we all got presents. People got actual toys and stuff. It was great.
They probably up and stopped that after that year.
Yeah, but that and I mean kindergarten, so you're looking at what, like 4 or 5, something like that. I mean but actually getting pictures with Santa,
Yeah.
that's what sticks out.
My friends
in
and I,
mind.
we were bored at the mall. We were like, hey, let's all have our picture taken with Santa.
Yeah, I was definitely single digits. I honestly cannot recall.
I'll kind of play off of that and ask, when did you all stop believing in Santa?
What are you talking about?
Very
What
nice.
are you saying, Dan?
You and I will talk later, and we'll get you through this holiday one way or the other.
Oh, good Lord.
I got some serious stuff to lay on you in that case.
Oh, boy.
All right, so
Good, I hate Easter this year too.
so when was it for you, Dan?
What about Easter?
He said, we'll talk. And see, that's the thing I'm really trying to remember. I had to, again, really early. I honestly can't remember. It's kind of one of those things. I don't know if I've blocked it out or what. It's one of the things. I remember believing, and then, like, my next Christmas memory, it was like, I just knew. So I'm sure somewhere in the middle of all that, I was devastated, and it's probably got me shocked to the point I blocked it out.
I remember when Mom was still living at the house. I had gone to sleep on the floor in my sister's room, and I had woken up during the evening, and I got sick and threw up all over the place, and I had a really bad case of diarrhea. This year, we did not have wrapped presents. What my parents did was they put everybody's gifts in these plastic clear totes. And when I went downstairs, they were already in these totes. I don't necessarily know if that's the time where I stopped believing in Santa, because I didn't know if he did or did not bring those. But that kind of ruined the experience, because here I am sick watching Elvis movies when they used to play them like on the spin.
I remember that.
On TV. But I saw all of our gifts. I went through them all. I see here I got that bowling game. Remember that big fucking bowling game?
It was awesome.
Yes. I remember getting that year. So, and then maybe the first Christmas or two after Mom left, I remember Dad coming to me in like November or early December and said, now, all of your Christmas gifts are hidden underneath that sheet on top of the that cedar chest in his bedroom. And
Totally
he said,
putting him on the honor system. I remember him
said,
telling me
if
this.
you look under that sheet, I will know. So naturally, I looked under the sheet.
Of course.
And saw it. I remember I got that Ghost Rider pad. It wasn't from the show Ghost Rider, but what it was a thing you can draw with a pen, and it would trace it, and then you would shake it, and it would disappear.
Yes.
So I remember seeing that gift on top of others, and then on Christmas morning, when I opened it, it said "From Santa" on it. So it was like, I already know these gifts have been sitting there all month, but now it says Santa Claus on it, and that's when it got ruined for me.
And I'm wondering, honestly, if that's what played a part in for me when my parents separated, if something happened there. I mean, somewhere in the middle of all that.
Well, yeah, my mom had a little bit more common sense, I guess, than Dad. Be like, oh, all those gifts are right there. I'll know if you're.
Hey,
if you're looking.
He put you on the honor system. The man should be admired for the integrity it took. Nathan, what did you do?
You know, the weird thing is, on my refrigerator at my house, apparently our local newspaper had where you could write to Santa. And I still have, like, the clipping of what I wrote. It says, and
if it was the Dolphins to win a Super Bowl, you're still waiting for that. So.
Well, yeah, but
I can understand. No.
It said, "Dear Santa, what I would like for Christmas is a Nintendo game, a football helmet, and a classic concentration game. Love, Nathan." I don't know why I would say love Santa, because I would think that would be definitely frowned upon.
I know. Suck up. That's what that is. Loved. Oh.
Well, it worked because I got all of those things.
There you
and
go.
you've loved Santa.
There you go,
ever
boys
since.
and girls.
So did you stop believing in him?
As far as that was like when that letter was when I was like 6 or 7.
Yeah, but what we're wondering is when
when
you realized...
I stopped believing...
He was 15.
Yeah, what we're wondering is when you realized you were putting your love into a false idol. That's what I'm wondering, basically.
When I stopped believing was probably about 10, 11, if I had to guess. Something like that. I mean, you always have, like... The idea of Santa will never go away. It just won't because of the Christmas stuff. But, like, there actually being a fat man going down in a red suit, a chimney... That died, like...
Yeah, especially when you grow up without a chimney and you're just totally mind-fucked. And he walks in the door,
well,
how did he get in?
If you would have seen the Santa Claus, you would understand all this.
The chimney magically appeared.
Exactly.
Ah, that's it. Jason, what about you? When did you...
The year that I found the gifts under the bed.
See?
That was a big clue.
At least you weren't warned ahead of time that they were under the bed.
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
I was just playing around in my parents' room, and I looked under the bed, and I was like, "Oh, what's all this stuff?"
Well, it's better than what I found under my parents' bed.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay.
That's for the After Dark edition, folks, and we're not covering that tonight.
I think next year, they moved him to the closet, but I was wise to it by then. And then I would when they weren't around, I'd check all the toys out, and I'd figure out what the shapes were, because we'd always open up one gift on Christmas Eve. So I'd figure out what they were. So I'm like, okay, this is the one I'm going to open up on Christmas Eve.
Gotcha. That way you have a better understanding of what to expect the next day.
Right, yeah, there we go.
Perfect.
I really like what Nathan said, dude. I think you're right. You know, the idea of Santa, I'm sorry, I don't care if you're 9, 90, or somewhere in between. There's always just some kind of magic to Christmas. I've always felt that way.
I feel like Christmas is a kid's holiday. Like, you're a kid, you go down, you see all the presents on Christmas Day, and you get excited because of that.
Well, see, I agree about that, about Christmas Day itself, but for me, it's the entire season.
Yeah, just everything in it.
The entire month, actually, from Black Friday on, even though I don't really participate in any Black Friday shopping, just maybe a few things here and there.
I do believe you were at Best Buy this year, were you not?
No, I said a few things here and there. I literally went to Best Buy Thanksgiving evening, and I have done no other shopping since.
If I'm going to risk my life, it's going to be for me.
But from Black Friday on, it's just that whole feeling towards it. Like, being a horror guy, like, Halloween I love and everything, but Christmas is really more my season, my holiday. I always get into it. I have so many more traditions for the Christmas season than I do Halloween. Like, there's just so many things that I love and I enjoy, and just thinking back to my childhood and all those experiences, the family get-togethers and all this, and being off school and hanging out with your friends. And,
absolutely.
Like, all that shit always revolves around Christmas and Christmas break growing up. All those fond memories.
I totally come alive around this. I don't know, this year just really, I don't know, something happens.
You know how you can save a lot of money on your Christmas shopping?
Be like me and don't do any Christmas shopping?
No, just end all your friendships. That way you don't have to buy presents for anyone.
Oh, that's
all right.
And then repent after New Year's? Is that where you're at?
Nathan, you and I have been friends since 2001, and I don't get Christmas gifts from you, and we've been 16 years as friends, so... No.
Hashtag bitter friend.
Hey, no, but I did get these awesome cookies that Nathan's mom made.
Oh, it was
earlier
fantastic.
today.
That's your
really
present.
That's
You should
it.
enjoy
So-
that.
See,
And
you should apologize.
Well, thank you, Miss Priest, for these cookies. They are very good. I've only had the Buckeyes, so
She's never gonna listen to this, probably.
I don't know.
Doesn't mean we still can't show our love. Hey, if
I know.
you can love Santa, we can love anybody we choose.
She is a fan of the Facebook page, though.
Hey, that's
I
all.
kind of
There
made
you
her
go.
do that.
Hey,
You made her. Oh, jeez.
hey, my mom hasn't liked the page yet, so Jason's mother has listened to the
Yeah,
podcast.
She listened to the Thanksgiving
She
episode.
listened to our last
so-
holiday episode.
And our mothers, they can't get enough of us, so why wouldn't they want to listen to us?
I know, right?
I mean, she must do something. I mean, you're choosing to spend Christmas with her. I mean, instead of hanging out with us. I mean,
I
what is
know,
that?
right?
Yeah.
But I'll ask the main question that I had is it doesn't have to be but your favorite or fondest Christmas memory. Doesn't have to be a specific Christmas, just something that always sticks out that you always think about.
I remember this Christmas when I got up at 3 a.m. to open presents.
Question is, did anyone get up with you?
Yeah, they did because
Then he went
they,
back to bed.
They knew, they knew I was ready to. I think I woke them up or something.
Oh, that's
I don't
great.
even know, but
I used to jump up on the bed.
You know the weird thing, as I grew up, I had a dog, and the dog was excited for Christmas, and she knew that it was Christmas, and she would run up and wake up my mom at like 6:30 to open presents. It was the craziest thing.
It goes without saying, pets are so much smarter than what we give them credit for. They really are. Jason?
I'm probably gonna say the year that I got the Nintendo. Like I just remember like that. I don't often remember like having like thinking, oh, this is what I really want for Christmas. But I remember that year. It was like, God, I hope I get it. If it was like, what's his
Bringing
face
God
with
into
the,
it.
with the
Look at
BB gun?
Ralphie
With the BB gun. That's how it was. And no, I just remember like opening that Nintendo that morning, and I also got the Ninja Turtles game.
That game
I
was
love that game.
hard.
It was, yes,
But it was a lot of fun.
But it was a Ninja Turtles game,
Yes,
so you
it didn't matter.
care.
So, going back to that Ninja Turtles game, did you guys always end up playing with, like, Donatello and Leonardo so you can use the longer weapons?
They had the best reach.
Like, because what you would do is, like, you would be like Michelangelo or Raphael, you get your life down, and then you switch over to, like, Leo and Donatello,
Exactly.
get to a pizza, then
right,
reselect to
Exactly.
recharge.
They
You
certainly-
had to, because those guys suck.
There really was. and I think-
Donatello's the best player in that game.
And especially the trick to beating Rocksteady.
Right,
On
you
top
just
of-
stayed on top of the crates and
But I
boom, boom, boom.
think that was actually a strategy to the game is when to use each turtle. I mean,
Right.
that game was a lot more involved, and I don't think they realized their target audience was 7.
I love that fucking game.
Oh, it's a great
though.
game.
Anybody ever come close to beating it?
No, no.
It's a hard game.
I have not.
It's a hard
But,
game. I always had trouble in the water undoing the dynamite, but.
And then my dad would videotape Christmas every year, and I wish I still had the tape. Apparently, there was one year where he asked, are you happy? And I was like, yeah, I got everything I wanted. So that would have been kind of cool. To be
I got a
able to-
Nintendo for Christmas as well, so I do remember that.
I got a Nintendo for Christmas as well. Apparently, I don't remember this, but I remember hearing the story about it. What was that running pad that you got with the
Power
Nintendo?
Pad,
The
yeah.
Power Pad. Apparently, that was bought ahead of time, and it was like shaking the whole house, so they took it back.
Yeah.
But that's back when we had like the old black and white TV that we used to keep the
remember
Nintendo
that.
hooked up
Yes.
to and everything. It was like a little 13-inch black and white television set with the turn dial on it and everything. But to not revisit the 2 Christmases that I already mentioned about my favorite.
either one, it doesn't matter. It's your Christmas
So, I mean,
memory.
those ones always stand out to me. But other than those, the year I got my Sega Genesis stands out as a fun one because I remember for a good while after Christmas, Dad used to always play the Sega game with me, NHL 96.
I am proud to say that I was a part of some of those games. I remember that. It was great.
And as many games we played, he never ended up beating me a single time.
Worked his ass
I
off
beat
at
him
it, though, I'll tell you.
every single game. But it was fun because that's the only time Dad ever played a video game.
It's kind of like that Simpsons episode where they had the boxing.
The boxing game.
One of my personal favorites, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm picturing your dad going into an arcade somewhere and playing it to
Right.
get better. Or playing it while you were gone and never wanted you to know. It would have been great.
So, but I remember that. That always stood out. And then when I got my Nintendo 64, was another time as well. Because I used to just play the shit out of WrestleMania 2000 and GoldenEye.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, those are definitely two that stick out and mean a lot.
Is that the actual Nintendo 64?
That
right
is
over
the
there?
same Nintendo 64 that I had.
Made it through the years.
The Sega Genesis and Sega CD over there is not the original.
Well, she's been quiet. Y'all wouldn't know that she's here. But, Carrie, do you want to jump in on this one? Do you have a particular Christmas memory you'd like to elaborate on?
Just in general.
How about Hanukkah? You
Wow.
bring some.
I know
Bring some
nothing about
culture.
Hanukkah.
Bring some culture into the group.
We are in the middle of Hanukkah, so to our
Yes.
Jewish listeners,
All
happy
one of
Hanukkah.
you.
So growing up, you never did celebrate Hanukkah or
No.
anything? Okay. It was a fair
I was brought
question.
up Christian.
Okay. So, any Christmas stories?
I'm just probably just in general of back when I was younger and being with my pappy and my grandma and just my immediate family just being together.
Right.
I have a few that stick out, and I'll save the one for last because I'm going to lay a little bit of. I'm going to go a little sentimental on y'all. But one that sticks out is one year we had to kind of stray from tradition. Out of all the years growing up, my mother worked damn hard. She only worked Christmas Day 1 year, and it was back in '93, and we had to open our gifts Christmas Eve. It was the one time we never. I know some people. You said like you opened one, Jason. You opened a gift on Christmas Eve. We never did. It was always, but we did it on Christmas Eve that year, so that was kind of special. Just that it was unique. It was different. The following year sticks out because that was the year my niece was born, and basically all the present festivities were put off until about 9:30 in the morning. Which, if you know my brother and I, that's just insane. That's just not the way things are done. If you're going to do it Christmas Eve, fine, but you don't wait that late. So Autumn made us wait that year, but that one sticks out. I got a lot of Power Ranger stuff that year. It was a great Christmas. And a niece. Power Rangers and a new niece. What more could you ask for? And the one that sticks out is a little more recent, and I'm going to go a little sentimental on y'all. Like I said, Christmas 2013. It happened, of course, just a few months after my mom passed away, and Carrie here did her damnedest to make it a very special Christmas, very memorable, and made what would have, under any other circumstances, be a kind of bittersweet day. She did her best to make it awesome, and I will always be thankful for that. We had a great day. We had a lot of people. In fact, you were there. You were there that day. We had a lot of the family came over that day, and family that don't normally always get together. We were all had a really nice dinner and just had a really, really wonderful Christmas. So that one sticks out, and that one will always mean a lot. So.
All right. So, to not end on a sour note.
Not sour.
No, it's not
just
sour,
sentimental.
but it's a sentimental note.
Okay.
But, so Christmas traditions. I know I'm very big on it. I touched on it earlier. But what are some of your traditions that you all do every year?
For me, it's watching quite possibly every Rankin Bass holiday special ever produced. I am a Christmas special junkie. I am recording the live version of a Christmas, or not live, but the live stage version or whatever of a Christmas story that they're doing tonight. But watching that Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, the trick to it is you don't watch it all at once. You watch bits and pieces of every showing until you saw it all in one way or another. But just the specials, that's kind of my big thing. I always, especially the old cartoons and all that, I'm big on that. It's something I have to do every year.
Jason?
Past few years, I kind of go for the non-traditional Christmas movies nowadays. So I usually pop in Batman Returns on Christmas Eve.
Rocky IV.
I mean, I figured you'd go with Die Hard.
I've never actually seen a Rocky movie. Didn't know if that was going to be one of yours that you've chosen.
No, actually, I'm probably...
I don't think I know you.
I've never seen a Rocky movie.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Wow.
We got to fix that.
But
But I appreciate then that you still know that Rocky IV takes place during Christmas.
there you go.
Because I even forgot that. But no, probably past few years popped in Batman Returns, and there's been a couple Batman and Justice League Christmas episodes. I'll usually watch one or two of those as well.
Anything else?
No.
Priest?
As far as any traditions, the only tradition I have is like just getting together with like my mom and my grandfather and all them, because we used to have Christmas over at my grandfather's old place down in Clear Spring, but then when he moved in with my mom, so that kind of shifted it over to my mom's new place. So that's really the only tradition that I have. I don't really have any other than that.
It's because you're dead inside, sir. No.
It's not. Christmas isn't a holiday that I get overly excited about.
I told you, he
It's
put
just
all his love
like,
into Santa Claus.
It's not like
and found
Flag
out
Day
his-
for you, right?
more like Arbor Day.
Okay. All right. Well, for me, I have a lot of outstanding Christmas traditions. A lot of it centers around just watching certain things. There's the old Christmas cartoon, Christmas Comes But Once a Year, about the old man who goes into the orphanage and makes Christmas right for all the orphan children. Then, there is always watching Home Alone, which I did finally get to do. Did not get to do it the day after the podcast, like last podcast that I said I was hoping to. Watching Home Alone, ordering a large cheese pizza, and drinking a 2-liter of Pepsi. Always watch that. Home Alone 2. And I always watch Silent Night, Deadly Night on Christmas Eve. This year we'll probably change it up because you have the opportunity to see it hopefully Tuesday night at the Alamo. And I might rewatch it again on Christmas Eve. Watch part 2 as well and part 3. Part 4 and 5 I've watched the last 2 years. But it's pretty much movies with me. There's, I listen to Christmas music all the time, like when I'm in the car. I listen to it at work.
The music plays a big part in it.
Right.
Too.
Yeah, so many people bash the music, but it just puts me in the spirit.
It's more the timing when it starts
don't
getting
hear it
played.
before Thanksgiving. That's my
No,
only
I think
complaint.
everything should begin Black Friday.
Right. That's how it used to be.
I think it should be December 1st myself. That should be when it starts.
I agree.
Ball humbug.
And I also see it going through New Year's Day, not ending on Christmas. Because to me, through January 1st is still considered like that holiday, that Christmas.
A lot of the stations carry it through.
Right. So, that plays a big part. There's really no other traditions other than pretty much just what movies I watch. And
I'm a little disappointed at you and Jason. Our most recent tradition that started a few years ago.
Oh, actually, I was going to touch on that when nobody else did.
Yeah.
But we all get together for Chinese food every year, except for Nathan, because, he has a good family life. No,
family, and, he cares and all
We've
that.
actually been doing Japanese the last few years, guys.
There's always that one critic.
We get Asian food.
Yeah, it's Asian
Sure.
food.
Yeah, there's always one.
I get the most Chinese thing on the menu, though, ma'am.
But yeah, it's something that started a few years ago. I know you did it the same year we started. We just didn't do it together.
Right.
Carrie and I know it was Christmas 2014. We were out late the night before and slept in really late Christmas Day and just had all that stuff to make the holiday meal and just said to hell with it. It'll be there the next day. And we walked across the street and got Chinese food. And the next year we kind of started getting everybody together that wasn't doing the traditional meal. And
Yeah, I like that because, now that I'm getting older, I don't know, I don't always want to be around people, but I like to be around people that I can
The people
just
you want to be,
talk
exactly.
and have a good time
Well,
with.
I've said it
and-
before. As far as I'm concerned, everyone in this room, you all are family. That's all there is to it. It goes beyond friendship at some point. So
And I feel the same way. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting together, and we just need to decide on where to meet up.
we have to see who's open and all that.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should do a podcast and have me listen to it.
Yeah, I would not be opposed to
Maybe
a
we will.
Christmas podcast.
Hey, when
Christmas Day podcast.
That's right.
we might be doing our own podcast without you guys here soon. So,
Well, that just makes us
Well,
feel appreciated.
all depends. Well, if you all want to come down, shit. But anything else?
We could. I mean, I could spend multiple podcasts on Christmas alone. I mean, does anybody else have any topics to roundtable, Christmas related? Anything?
I think we touched on Christmas movies and traditions.
And traditional Christmas movies?
Yeah, I think we've pretty much ran the gamut.
Okay.
Sure did.
We now have the one that I'm sure everyone looks forward to, even though we don't get many comments. I'm sure everybody loves it, and if not, we do. So we're going to do it. The food box.
All right.
Kevin's having his little food box
Yeah,
himself, eating my mom's Christmas cookies.
Kevin's been food boxing through this whole thing, but Kevin has the metabolism.
But the thing is, he's eating these Christmas cookies, but he's still going to be partaking in the food box because he is a bottomless pit.
We have a festive holiday food box for you here. Bottomless pit. Yeah, the only guy that ever
remorseless eating machine.
Yes, the only guy that ever wanted snacks at a dinner theater. We have a oversized food box. Nathan, you want to get started here?
I think.
All right, well, I got to go grab a few things. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Kevin just left and made a nice big Duke over there.
Yeah,
for
just
us.
kind of left us with an early Christmas gift. I don't think we can return it.
So the first thing that I have, I went down to Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania yesterday, and there was a place called Duck Donuts.
Hey, I have funnel cake fries. Martin's Potato Chips makes them.
Martin's Potato
I think you guys want to try them on the food box.
The food box is open. Bring what you got.
I'll bring them.
It's wide open at this point.
Duck Donuts, not to be confused with Duck Dynasty.
Yeah,
I thought you said Dunkin' Donuts earlier. I was like, what's so special about
Well,
Dunkin' Donuts?
okay. Here's the difference between Duck Donuts.
This one
and
has a
Dunkin'
duck
Donuts.
on it. I don't know.
Funnel cake chips.
Duck Donuts, they make their donuts on premise, and Dunkin' Donuts does not. They just come in a truck. But Duck Donuts has been around since 2006. It's kind of a chain, but there's none like as far as like Mechanicsburg's the closest one that I know of. But it's the same basic donut where they have like a regular cake donut, and then you put whatever that you can get, like drizzles and glazes and all types of toppings. But the one I did bring, they call it a campfire donut. It is has a chocolate glaze. They put graham crackers on top, graham cracker crumbs, and then they have I believe it's a marshmallow drizzle. It may be a vanilla one, but with it being a campfire one,
that
You
makes
expect
sense.
marshmallow.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead.
And these are from where?
Duck Donuts.
Donuts.
Now, a disclaimer: these are better if they're like right fresh to you.
Understand.
But they're still the ones I've had. They're still good. I've not had this particular variety, but I'll go ahead and give this out to everyone. There you go. Here's yours, Carrie.
She won't talk much on the podcast, but she'll take part in the food box.
Food, hello.
Jason, and then
Thank
me.
you.
Here, let me get that smaller piece.
Okay.
All right,
All
there we go.
Ready to go.
Here we go. Bottoms up.
Oh, absolutely.
I like it. A lot better than those fucking Dunkin' Donuts you brought up here at one time.
Yeah, those were not good.
Those are fucking terrible.
I mean, straight from the freezer and the frosted. These made in house, and they're much better if you have them there. But
They have to
they're
be
still
amazing
good.
then, because there was nothing wrong with that. That was still
Yeah, that was good. It was moist.
Very
And,
tasty.
It's tasty.
yeah, I enjoyed it.
So
All right.
thumbs up for Duck Donuts.
So next on the list, I don't know what to think about this. It is a peppermint Twinkie.
I'll tell you what the thing. I think Twinkies have gotten out of hand.
So, I guess we're going to split two Twinkies, because I don't think everybody's going to eat a whole Twinkie, correct?
That's probably a good idea. We should do that.
So,
Looks like a red velvet Twinkie.
it does, but,
The Velvet Fog.
ooh.
Does it
Oh, they
smell?
smell terrible.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's encouraging.
You know, I'm wondering
Hey,
if... I wonder if-
just a side note, I love Twinkies. I even have a Twinkie tattooed on my arm, but I'm
a
just not
peppermint
sure
one.
about peppermint, though, guys.
You know, I'm thinking maybe... Ever
Oh,
since-
man.
I kind of smell.
It smells like cat food. I am not even joking. That smells like dry cat food.
If y'all remember a few years ago when Twinkie went away,
smell
maybe they're trying to prevent it from happening.
That smells like fucking Meow Mix, man. I'm not even kidding.
I don't know what it smells. That's weird.
Carrie, smell that Twinkie.
Let me.
It smells like Meow Mix.
It's red, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, Carrie thinks it smells like Friskies.
I smell mint.
Because cats ask for it by name.
That's right.
I
Right?
smell mint.
So where's it at? Let me get a sniff of
You
that.
smell mint? I smell
smell
cat
mint.
food.
I'll stick it up my nose.
Now, Dan, there's a cat to your right. Let
smell
the cat have it.
I know you all can tell what I'm thinking. Meow, 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 meow. No, actually,
It smells like
yeah,
mint.
I get the mint more than anything.
Really?
But it's not really.
That's a
It's
heavy
not a.
Twinkie.
It's not a strong mint.
That Twinkie's got a little bit of weight to it.
All right.
Let's crack that
So,
open and see
make
what's
sure everybody
inside.
gets some of the cream filling here.
Yeah.
We might be able to split one Twinkie,
Yeah, that would be
which
fine.
You could.
would be good. Here you go,
Yeah,
Carrie.
that's
Oh,
fine
this
with
is
me.
buckets of fun for everyone right here.
Like
this is
You
plenty
mean
of
like
this.
Mr.
It is
Bucket's
like
bucket?
Mr. Bucket. Yes.
Mr. Bucket.
Priest.
It is very
Right.
red in
Mr.
color.
Bucket.
Hold on. Gotta get
Oh, it's even stronger once
Jason and I here.
All
All right, so peppermint Twinkie. Here we go.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's garbage.
That cream is bad.
That cream is terrible.
That-
I don't ever have to eat another
The whole
one of those.
thing is
Oh
not
man.
good.
The Twinkie itself,
No,
not
right.
bad. I'm okay.
Right.
No, oh.
The cake itself, I'm not a fan of that cream.
I don't like.
I am not a.
Ooh, the
like
aftertaste.
Hell yeah,
That's going to linger.
I don't like anything about that. The whole thing.
That'll
is
give you
ass.
nice-
I am. You know what, hostess? I'll tell you this. I of course love your products, except we've tried 2 of your products now on the podcast.
No.
Yeah, the
And
pumpkin
both
Twinkie
of
was
them-
good. I like the
Oh,
pumpkin
sorry, we've tried 3 of your
Yeah,
products on
the
the
pumpkin
podcast.
Twinkie was good.
Oh my god.
We did the
Yeah,
we did the pumpkin spice
Just
Twinkie,
lingers.
which was fine.
Yeah, that was okay.
Yeah, that was good.
We did the
peanut
peanut
butter
butter
ho-hos,
ho-hos, which were gross.
Garbage. Yes.
And these are garbage as well.
Yeah,
but
those are
I will say, I think it's a texture thing with the peppermint. It just throws me off because I like
That-
peppermint.
Yeah, there's something. That
I love
cream.
peppermint too, but that is just
No, that is not good.
You gotta
So,
give them. You gotta give them credit for the innovation.
The creativity.
But still,
They're really
still,
pushing
I
stuff,
do.
but-
you gotta stop at a certain point.
Yeah, that's. Ugh.
So, Hostess is 1 for 3
I'm gonna rank that up with the
on
snacks of Christmas. Never
a
should have
food box here. So now we
They
have
were ho horrible.
Martin's funnel chips. They're funnel cake flavored potato chips.
Well, at this point, fans, can it get any worse?
It says first place winner on the bag. I don't know
First
what
place
it's first
winner
place
of
winner
what?
of.
Anybody can say that.
So they smell good.
I don't know.
A little shaky.
I don't-
No, I'm going to be honest though, guys. I have tried these
They
before,
smell like.
but I assume
weird
you all
potato
probably
chips.
did not.
Smells like potato chips.
sounds like chips to me.
Yeah.
This.
Should we all
I want to
do
make
one?
sure everybody waits. Here you go. No, I'm telling you, these are good. I'll be surprised if you don't like them.
Alrighty.
Gonna get any worse than that Twinkie. God.
No, I think this should complement the Twinkie actually pretty well.
I thought they were going to have a special look to them. But okay.
Yeah, I thought they were gonna.
I thought it was gonna be more like a funnel cake fry.
Right.
That's what I was
or
expecting.
even like waffly looking.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right, we
Ready?
Yep.
Go.
Tastes like a potato chip to me. I don't taste funnel cake at all.
It's probably that Twinkie.
The
You
flavor
get a little bit of
is
sweet.
not.
Yeah, I don't.
Sure.
It's not really. It's
I
not
taste potato
prevalent.
chip.
It's tastes like a regular chip.
If you wouldn't have,
It's a
if you
sweet
wouldn't
chip.
have told me, I would have never knew guessed funnel cake. Like I said, I get a little bit of sweet,
Right.
like
yeah.
a hint of it in with everything. It's not a bad chip. It's a thicker chip too. I like that.
It honestly, God reminds me of just, like you said, a thicker potato chip.
I honestly think that Twinkie has desensitized us to the flavor.
I don't know. I got some water here. I'm kind of cleaning.
I have
my
nothing
palate
against
at the
them.
time.
Yeah, I'm
I
out of
would-
my water to clean my palate.
I would eat them. You know, I mean, I've got nothing against it. I
Here,
don't.
look it up a little bit. Tell me if you.
All right. Well, let's see.
I don't taste funnel cake in that at all.
It's like a mix of salty and sweet. That's really a mind fuck, honestly.
I still can't really tell all that much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
would have
the-
never guessed funnel cake on that.
They're not overly flavorful, but I do like the flavor.
yeah, I mean, it tastes good. Not
Yeah,
bad
if they
chip.
were out, I mean,
Right.
I'm at a party and they're on the table. Yeah, I got nothing against them.
But I'm not going to run out and buy them.
Probably not.
All right, so to cleanse everyone's palate even more, we're going to end with a beverage for everyone. Jason, are you going to be able to drink a whole one of these, or will you drink a whole one of these?
I'll try.
Because I think everybody else wants a whole one.
Yeah, I can.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
So what we have here is a new Yoo-Hoo. Here you go.
Thankfully, they are cold.
Yes, they are cold. They are chocolate strawberry Yoo-Hoos.
Gotta shake it up.
Gotta shake it.
So we're going to shake it up.
Remember the old commercials for Shake Your Yoo-Hoo?
Shake it up.
Okay.
Very mature, Nathan. Very mature.
That's you. You're doing that.
All right, so
Just a second, I gotta.
Wait, I gotta put this straw
Yeah, me
in.
too.
All right.
chocolate strawberry. I honestly, I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't know how they could fuck this up.
Well, we'll
And
find
it's
out.
Yoo-Hoo brand. Hello.
I know, right?
Okay, we all
All
set?
right, ready?
Yep.
Go.
Go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's delicious.
do like that.
Oh,
do
yes.
like that.
That's
I
delicious.
love that.
That is amazing.
That is greatness.
That's tasty. I like it.
That is the perfect blend.
This could be the winner of the food box. I mean, it's
This
close
is
between the
phenomenal.
donut and this, but
No,
I would
it-
have to say this. This is
I'm
probably
going
going to be the
with
win.
Yoo-Hoo over the donut.
I'm going with
Yoo-Hoo.
the new chocolate
I have to
strawberry
go with the
Yoo-Hoo.
Yoo-Hoo is the Holiday Food Box 2017 champion.
I love the strawberry forwardness of it.
It is,
But
right.
you do get that little mild
Plays
chocolate
furtively on
flavor.
the tongue. It is
Very
delicious.
good.
Yes.
It's like your childhood loves brought to life here because, you know, if you all remember the little potters we used to get as kids, the Nesquik, and it puts you in the mind of them just mixing the chocolate
Oh,
and strawberry
that
together.
is very good.
What do you?
delicious.
Okay, what do you think if they come out with like a chocolate banana one? Do you think that would be any good?
I was thinking the same
I love
thing.
chocolate
Yeah.
banana.
Yes.
I mean,
Banana milk.
I
like
think that
is
would
delicious.
be
Yeah.
pretty,
Yes.
pretty good.
Yeah.
You at one time had a
But
chocolate
see,
mint that was very good
but
too.
see, Yoo-Hoo is more of a drink than a milkshake. So I
But
don't
it's
know how
still
they
milky.
can.
Like without the thickness.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't
In
know
the milk,
how
it
they'll
would- it
get
would
the
still be
banana.
good.
Well, it's the banana flavor. Now, you know, I'm not a big fan of banana flavored things. Like I like bananas. I can eat bananas. I can cut it up, put it in cereal. I can just eat it whole. But I do not like banana candy, like Runts. Like the fucking bananas in those are gross.
Yeah, that's definitely on our shopping
On our
list.
grocery
Apparently, they were
list.
found at Walmart. Somebody, I'm not just gonna put it out there. Somebody seriously needs to make a Walmart run for me, pick up this and the Hagerstown Opoly, and just call it a day.
Don't steal it. Buy it.
No, yeah, we definitely don't recommend stealing from the Walmart. But,
Yeah, even Waynesboro Walmart.
yeah, none of them. They'll find out.
Even something as little as soda or
or grapes.
or grapes.
And you know what the great part of this Yoo-Hoo is? It's even rich in calcium and vitamin G. Says
See?
right there on the container.
Good yet
Did
good
you say
for
vitamin
you.
G?
D.
I was like,
D.
what
I
the fuck
heard
is vitamin G?
I heard G too.
No, I said
Carrie
D.
likes the
It's
D.
an undiscovered element. Okay.
Are you saying you like the D, Carrie?
I love the D.
You love the D.
As I pat my husband
Yes, but yeah, we that's just it. Somebody needs to, I need to just send somebody to Walmart and Hagerstown Opoly and chocolate strawberry milk. It just makes for a fun afternoon.
Yes. Well,
Do they just do a strawberry?
they do.
Okay, because
Yep.
I like that.
I don't think I've ever had it, but I thought they.
But
did
I've
a
always just
strawberry
liked-
Yoo-Hoo.
They do. They do a chocolate. They do a strawberry. Apparently, they used to do a chocolate mint. According to Carrie.
That actually wouldn't be bad. I could probably get into that.
Though. I never saw it in these.
Well, everything should come in a glass bottle.
They should do
honestly.
chocolate
Drinks-
peanut butter.
Hey, that would be
Interesting.
good.
Why not? Hey,
Okay,
Hey, it's a
there's
concept.
10 to a pack. Does anyone else want a second one?
I'll take
I'm-
one to go.
I'm fine.
I'll take one.
myself.
I don't know.
not
You either
complaining.
have it here, sir. Like this is like a buffet. You don't
Put it
pack
out
up
there.
and
I'll
take
do
it with
it.
you.
All right.
I will
Yeah,
partake.
because I've never
Here,
taken
here,
anything
here.
from a buffet.
No,
Thank you, Kevin.
Never. No. All right. Well, I think that's it. We've covered it. Yoo-Hoo is our winner, and from one other tradition that came up to me was also snickerdoodles. Your mom used to always make them for me every Christmas.
Will never forget the look on your face when you pull it. My mom would make batches of cookies, and then if she had, enough batter and all that to where it wouldn't necessarily make a dozen cookies or anything, she'd just kind of roll it together and make one gigantic
ass
amorphous blob of cookie.
Cookie, yes.
And the one year she gave Kevin a can of snickerdoodles, and she said, tell him to check out the bottom, and he's like rooting through. He's like, "What? It's full of cookies." I said, "No, get to the bottom." Well, then he pulled out a snickerdoodle the size of his face.
Yeah,
and
so
yeah,
and I'm looking forward to trying Carrie's snickerdoodles because you're using her recipe, correct?
Her recipe,
Yep.
yes.
So I am looking forward to
that's another
having
Christmas memory. Yeah, Kevin, that's good. We do like baked goods and stuff. I can always remember my mom. Fudge.
Oh my God, your mom would just have fudge everywhere.
Fudge, applesauce, raisin cakes, many kinds of cookies.
Ones that you could go right through.
Oh, I mean, trust me, they'll make you drive drunk in a storm for her applesauce raisin cake. I tried to make it a couple years ago. It came out good. It just didn't have. It was missing something.
He did just
and
fine.
I think it was missing mom. Is what it was missing.
Not mama's
honestly.
touch.
But guys, I think that's pretty much it. Are we gonna?
Yeah.
I
So
just want to say before we do, you guys, this is our we're in the double digits for podcast. I am loving doing this. This has been a lot of fun. I love you guys, and to all of you out there, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday from us to you.
And we'll be with you soon.
That's right,
So.
everyone. Happy holidays.
Be safe. Take care.
Bye.